Sante kwa kunitendea wema. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Esther Ndunga Nduku, the lady that your mama warned you about. Okay guys, so I know I've really been busy. Nimekuwa busy kabisa. I've been busy, held up. I had my exams, but they are over. They are done. And so I was just meditating and asking myself, like, what have I learned this year? I know the year is coming to an end. 2022 has really been an awesome year, and it's almost coming to an end. And so I was meditating and I was trying to capture what have I learned in this year and what are the things that I would want to do better next year. You get me? So let's get into today's episode. I think this is going to be the last episode for me this year because I'll be visiting people, I'll be walking all over the place, like it's the festive season. And so I don't think I will have much time like to be recording. So maybe this will be my last YouTube video for this year, because I want to enjoy my time, I want to travel and all of that. So let's get into discussing like what have I learned this year. Okay, so starting first, this year has really been an awesome year on my side because I've really gotten to learn so much about myself. I've really gotten to know much how to interact with people. I've really learned how to have self-control. I've learned how to be a loving friend and to be an available person in people's lives. This year I have gained the skill of also taking time to myself. I've learned to take time to myself and to give myself grace even when situations get so much tough. I have learned to kujipea grace, extending the mercy and grace to myself, and knowing that I am human being. And sometimes I may fail, sometimes I may do things not the way I want them to be, but finally, like at the end of the day, I get to learn my lessons and I get to pick up myself. So this year, I've really also learned about like being emotionally mature and emotionally stable. It's not an easy thing to be emotionally intelligent, especially when circumstances don't allow you or don't want you to be like, show the vulnerable you all the time. I've learned to be vulnerable and also to be strong in the midst of it all. Yes, and I've also grown much more deeper with God. I have almost I'm joking. I have also grown my YouTube channel. I know we are heading to 200 subscribers. That's a big win for me because I started last year, and I'm already in 2023, guys. I started I think it's May or June. I've really made a big progress and I thank God for that. Yes, my relationship with God has really been awesome. I love God. I super love God because He has been directing me, He has been leading me, and I have learned so much from the Holy Spirit, from Him just speaking to me and Him teaching me so much about Him. Also, I've also gotten to learn the virtue of patience and understanding that my season is not other people's season, and that in due time that God is going to do for me justice and is going to like bring my heart desires. I've not yet graduated, and this year like it was a big moment for me seeing my friends graduate from other universities, people who I studied with, and it's really been a challenging moment because you have to like be strong and show yourself out there that you're still continuing with life and you're still pursuing your dreams. It doesn't matter how long it's going to take as a student in Mo University, but at the end of the day, I know that God has good plans for me. Yes, I have also learned that I should not complain so much, and that I spent so much time complaining about how like I wanted to be done with this degree and to like go into a master's and maybe a PhD. You know, I had planned my life by 26 years I would be done with studying, but you know, sometimes God has his own plans and nobody can plan, you know, something that God has not ordained. So I have learned the art of patience so much. I've really been molded, and I've really grown spiritually, and I've really matured in terms of like even psychologically, in terms of making decisions and making judgments. I have seen myself come from a point whereby I relied so much on justification from people, and that really ruined me, you know, 2 years or 3 years back ago. But this year has really been a year whereby I know my decisions, and when I make them and I am true to them to the end of it all. Okay, so guys, I thank you so much for supporting me. You have really been a great support system this year. I thank you guys for subscribing, for commenting, for sharing. And one thing I would love to urge you is love God, and just give yourself to him, because I have learned also the virtue of when I surrender my life to him, that is when I get to know myself better. You don't get to know God better if you don't like surrender totally your life to God and give him everything, give him your heart desires, give him all that. So I've gotten to learn about like surrendering my life totally to him, and him getting the chance to define who I am, him getting the chance to tell me who I ought to be and who I ought not to be. So this year has really been a year also I've learned about identity. I have known who I am, what I want to do in life even after campus. I've also learned about like being keen to God's voice, listening to God's voice. It's not easy sometimes because we want our things to work. We have our own plans, we have our own desires that we want them to come into accomplishment. But at the end of the day, that is not the will of God. I have learned, God has really molded me and taught me about like being patient and also allowing him to take charge and making him the center of my life and allowing him to be the driver of my life, and just me being there like, yeah, I'm following you, and where you lead me, God, is where I will follow. I've also learned about not settling for less, the art of ensuring that I get people and surround myself with people who are going to pour into my life, people who are going to elevate me, people who are going to make me better rather than make me like go back at kukua to depressed. Like I have really learned so much about friendship. I have really learned so much about giving and pouring my heart into people's life and allowing myself to be vulnerable in safe spaces that certain people, my best friends, have given. So I have also learned that I can't do my life alone, and whenever things get tough, I need help from people, and I can reach people and I can speak my mind out, and I don't have to feel discouraged. Okay, I've also learned about that I'm a human being. You know, you are asking yourself like, so you have always been a human being, so kwani this round is it the time that you're realizing you're a human being? No, I've realized that I am a human being, and sometimes vulnerability is needed in life. I cannot just like be this person who does not feel the waves and the heat in life. Sometimes it gets there and you have to feel it in order for you to appreciate the mountains, the lows, and everything that comes with life. Life is sweet and bitter, and that is how life is. And you cannot expect a life that is smooth without rough patches on it. So I've also learned about the rough patches of life, and I've also embraced myself and told myself like I am not the only one going through tough times in life. Many people have in the past, now, and even in the present will. So I've also learned about like everybody has a story to tell, and you should not be quick to judge people, like, and also allow yourself to heal from people, because people are the biggest, like, place that you can get heartaches. Like, people are the biggest place whereby you can get like discouragements of life, and you have to like ensure that you don't like have wounds so much that you're pinning yourself down because of people. Forgive yourself and forgive people, those who hurt you and all of that. Allow yourself to feel the moments of life, the ups and the downs. Allow yourself to be vulnerable even to yourself. Yeah, cry when it is necessary, laugh when it is necessary, and everything is going to be fine. I've also learned about family, that family will always be family, no matter how much, sometimes you get hurt from family, no matter how many times you feel like you're not receiving love from the people in your family that you expect them to give you love. That family is always going to be family, but you're the one who has the chance to like change the story or the narrative of your life. So you are the one who is going to write a different script for your generation. Yeah, like you are the one who is in charge at the present time to make decisions for the generation. So I've also learned that everything I do will affect everything. Mark me, everything I do will affect how my future is going to be, because sometimes we make decisions when we are youth and we feel like these decisions that I'm making right now, they don't have an impact. But I've learned that one decision that I make, it's going to lead to another making decision, and another and another and another. And so nowadays I'm so much curious on how I make decisions, and I ensure that I've thought out well before acting. I'm more to like be calm, chilled even when things are so bad, and just thinking through it, and also like making the right and sober decisions. Like, I don't want to regret and all of that. Yes, I've also learned about friendship, that friendship is a million little things, and that friends deserve chances in your life, that nobody is perfect, and that they all have their own flaws, and that sometimes you can get on a rough patch with them. You can scrub each other on places that rub shoulders. You can rub shoulders, and sometimes it's hard, but at the end of the day you get to learn the lessons. That's the joy of having family, that's the joy of having friendship. You get to learn from each other, you get to see the other side of each other, and you get to encourage each other to be better people, rather than pulling yourself away from people. I've also learned about like financial freedom. I've also learned about I'm also learning about starting to be financially stable, like to just know how you get your money and how you make your money, and how your money can sustain you, and how you can use your money wisely, on how you can invest and all of that. So I've really been learning so much about investing. I've also been learning so much about saving. And I hope that next year I'm going to like do practicals of what I have learned this year. Yes, I've also learned about self-care, taking care of yourself, like enjoying your life, and also ensuring that you take care of your emotions, of your physical appearance, psychological, all that, like mental issues and all of that. Yeah, stability. So like ensuring that you are good mentally, like you are not drained, ensuring that always you have a way of recharging, of doing things. Okay, there was a point this semester that reached whereby I really felt like I was drained. I didn't know how to go on with the semester, and my birthday was nearing. So I was sick that 1 week. I just stayed in bed. I could not just even do my laundry. I could not even wash utensils. I couldn't do anything. I was just sick with a flu. So at that point I just felt like, wow, God, why are you making me go through this? And I was feeling like drained with my academic works. I just felt like I just want to give up. Like, I have studied for so long, and my university, like it's delaying my graduation and all of that, and my studies, I'm still studying, and this time I should have finished school. So I really felt so frustrated, and I almost felt like I was about to give up, like, and say like, I'm dumping and I'm ditching this degree. But God enabled me. And that is why I'm saying you have to learn to be vulnerable. I took a break. I took like 2 days off. Like I went on a vacation. I only call that a vacation, on a short break. I had fun. I did shopping. I bought myself new stuff. And when I was back to school, like I felt like, wow, I've really like relaxed and I'm really good to go. Yes, and yeah, it's really been nice like learning and giving myself the grace and knowing that yeah, it's God's timing and I don't have to worry about anything. Yes. So another thing I think I've learned is about service to God. And when you serve God, it's not that you're serving man, but you are serving the living God, the one who holds the universe, the one who made the heavens and the earth, the one who created and formed you and fashioned you, you know. And so I've learned about giving God the best of my worship, the best of my praises, the best of everything. You know, like my life is worship to Him. The way I present myself, the way I carry myself, I have learned about pouring myself out to Him and giving myself totally, like I said in the beginning, to Him. Yes, I've also learned about, you know, like consistency in terms of reading my Bible. And even when at times it gets so tough, I have asked for God's grace to, like, you know, take me through all those seasons so that I can be able to maneuver and to be in a better position. Yes, I've really had a smooth year. Like, it started so well with a vacation in Kisumu, and then it went down to me like having an attachment to me, like walking through, like going also to Royal Media Services, visiting, you know, like I've walked in, you know, meeting Chief Justice Willie Mutunga. Like, it's really been a very, very awesome year for me. Like, this is one of the year whereby I say that God has really carried me. God has really blessed me. It continued to me, like, you know, getting into real estate, learning so much about real estate, and like, you know, getting to do what I love, which is writing articles. You know, also like manifestation. I published my book, Break the Silence. Where is it? Yeah, I published my book this year, Break the Silence, and it's really been a good journey, like selling the book and all of that. I know I wanted to do a book launch, you know, that's why I'm saying God has taught me patience. I wanted to do a book launch, but you know, it's not this year. I bet it's 2023, that's when it's going to happen, and I'm going to feature it live. Yeah, you know, guys, you must be, I will update you the way you're supposed to be updated. So like, yeah, I've learned so much, and also I've learned about gratitude, that not everything that I have, everybody else has what I have, and like God, it is a gift from God, and God is the one who decides to bless, and when He blesses, His blessings added no sorrow. Okay, yes, I've also learned about cooking. I know how to cook better right now. I've invested so much in learning how to cook, you know, even food from, you know, outside the country, like making jollof rice, you know, making pasta, making I've learned so much. Even I've learned about blending juices. I have really learned a lot. If you know how much I've learned, it's like just a package. I've also learned about what else can I say? You know, like dressing elegantly, being elegant, speaking as an elegant person. Yes. I've also learned about the virtue of giving back to the society. The virtue of giving back to the society. I really love giving back to the society, and if it's one thing that I have desired so much, like when I am able, like when God helps me, is to give back to the society. So this year I opened a foundation, account in the Instagram. It's called Estandunge Foundation, and I know I have a vision for that account. It's really been growing. I think right now we are 60 followers and all of that, and I'm not an active participant, so it's God. I just want God to do what He's going to do with that account. So I'm looking forward to like giving back to the society when God enables me to, and I know I will one day, and I must. My heart goes to the street community. I have learned that I love helping people from the streets. If I could give them something that they have been longing for, they have been desiring to have for a very long time. Yes, so I have learned about, like, yeah, I am called to give back to the society, especially in the street community. I have also learned, I'm almost forgetting, but I hope I remember. Yes, I have also learned about relationships, like what it means to be in a healthy relationship and what it means to be in a toxic relationship. So I have been investing so much, reading books, listening to podcasts, especially the Dear Future Wifey podcast by Lecturers Whitefield. I've also been listening to Lynn Googie. I've also been listening to Yani, the Steve Wilkos show. I've been active on YouTube. I can say that's all I can. This is a kakito that wanted to bite me. I have been listening to very, very, very meaningful and impactful podcasts. Yes, I have learned so much that I cannot be able to express, like, here. Yes, I've also learned from Mildred and Kingsley Okonkwo. Like, they have really been, speaking to me, even with their videos and all of that. And my one-time girl, Sarah Jakes Roberts. Oh my goodness, I love that woman. She's a woman of God. So I've really been listening. Yes, I've really been learning so much. And I thank God for everything. And Stephanie K, Nani, Victoria Orenze, Thompson music for my devotions. It's really been a journey. And I love the journey that I'm walking in. I want to give salutes to everybody that has supported me this year in terms of my growth. Also, I have learned so much from ICC Imara. I look forward to, like, also, like, like listening to their sermons and going to church. Yes, I've really learned so much. Reverend Julius Wainaina. Yes, I've really learned so much from ICC Imara. I've really learned, my guys. Mimi, I cannot reach the end. I thank even Musumo University Christian Union. I have served there. I love the leadership. It's really been an awesome experience. I am going to speak. I had words to speak. Nikufunguka. So yes, I've really learned so much that I thought, like, I couldn't fathom. I couldn't. Siezi nikaeleza. It's unexplainable. Yes, and so that is why I want to sing this song as I conclude. Yes. God has really been faithful to me, and I love him so much because he has really been faithful. I thank him for this year, and I thank him for enabling me to reach where I am. Thank you, God. I thank you so much for helping me to reach this year, to see this far. Oh God, it is all by your hand. It is all by your might. Thank you, Lord God, for sustaining me and sustaining my YouTube channel, for giving me nice friends, awesome friends, for enabling me to be in fellowship with you. And so even as next year's kickstarts, oh God, I pray that you will give this YouTube YouTube account more and more purpose. You will direct me, oh God. You will lead me in everything that I will be doing. Yes, and this is all I have to sing and thank God for.